So whether you're reading a novel, or you're reading an article from the news, or like a complicated car manual, you're going to run into some words that are challenging. You won't know what they mean. But you can use clues from the words around it to figure it out. So we're going to be using a two-step method. Step 1 is look about the other words nearby. And step 2 is swap it out, where you substitute a different word. And we'll practice what that means as we go forward. I'm going to be using some practice example sentences from a book called Nervous Conditions by Zimbabwean author Tsitsi Dangarembga. So let's start with step 1, which is look about. That means if you see a word that you don't know in the sentence, look for other words nearby that could give you clues as to the word's meaning. So this sentence is, Nama was exultant, so puffed up with his own importance. He came to the garden where he sat on a log and congratulated himself. So we know that Namo was being exultant, and we also know that he puffed up with his own importance and he was congratulating himself. So based on these clues about how Namo's acting, what do you guess the meaning of exultant is? Someone raise their hand? Yes.
Like feeling good about himself?
Yeah, that's really close. So even more than just feeling good about himself, the word exultant means to feel a lot of joy and pride about something that you've done. So he's congratulating himself. He's feeling very proud of something that he's done. And that is the meaning of the word exultant. So good job. The second sentence is, we learned to avoid these places when the river flowed violently, but in most seasons it flowed placidly enough for swimming. So we don't know what the word placidly means, but that's okay. We know that it describes how the river is flowing. And then we have but. That shows that the way the river is flowing in the second part of the sentence, which is placidly, must be different from the way the river was flowing in the first part of the sentence, which is violently. So we know that placidly must be the opposite of violently. So what do you guys think the word placidly might be? Someone else raise their hand? Yes.
Like calmly?
Yes, that's perfect. The word placidly means calmly. You can check your work. It makes sense for the river to flow calmly because that is the type of river you want to be swimming in, not a violent, choppy river. So now we're going to practice step 2, which is swap it out. So that's where you cover up the challenge word with your finger and you sub in a different word that might make sense in the sentence based on the other words nearby that you found in step 1. And if the word fits, you figured out the meaning of the challenge word. But if it doesn't quite fit, look for a different word to substitute in. Here's an example. The sentence is, my uncle was not afraid of hard work, having grown accustomed to it from an early age on the farm. So we know based on the clues that accustomed must be the opposite, not the meaning of afraid. So what's a word that means the opposite of afraid? How about confident? If we substitute that in the sentence, we get, my uncle was not afraid of hard work, having grown confident to it from an early age on the farm. Now that doesn't sound quite right. So let's try substituting a different word. Let's try substituting the phrase used to. So then we get the sentence, my uncle was not afraid of hard work, having grown used to it from an early age on the farm. Does that sound right? Yeah. So now we know that the word accustomed must mean the same thing as used to, because we were able to swap the two out. So now we're going to practice these new concepts for how to tackle challenging words that you see in your readings with a fun academic cheer. So it goes like this. Got a word that makes you stressed? Tackle it with these handy steps. When in doubt, look about. Then don't forget to swap it out. And studies show that if you do hand motions, it makes you remember it better. So we're all going to do hand motions, okay? You ready? Got a word that makes you stressed? Tackle it with these handy steps. When in doubt, look about. Then don't forget to swap it out. Great job. So what's step 1?
Look about.
Yes. And what's step 2?
Swap it out.
Swap it out. Very good. So now you guys know how to tackle challenging words.